It's recording number 4,765.
Tell her to quit stopping it. It is great. Everything, it would have been great content. And she's so
But I have no idea what she's over there doing.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, she's always doing something.
No, but not this time. I was good. And she kept stopping it when it didn't need to be stopped.
Because it's just nonsense and I have no idea what's going on. So, anyways, hello everyone and welcome back to our chaotic podcast, Unsupervised and Unqualified. My name is Chrissy.
And this is Lilla.
Shoot. You've had how many years of saying your name and you cannot say it?
No, seriously, I'm trying to say it. This
like
is
normal.
Lilla.
There.
This is Lilla.
Yeah. No,
that's so complicated.
How's that complicated?
Because it feels very
weird
bland.
in your mouth.
It does. Because I notice every time I listen to us on our podcast, I'm like, and this is Lilla. Like, I'm like all like sing-songy in it. Like, I don't just say it.
Sing-songy does fit you because you're always trying to sing.
And you're like, hello. See, I still can't do it.
You can't even do it when you're trying to fake do it.
No.
Well, you just say it the way you say it. Lilla.
Lilla. See?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
You do go up a little bit in the middle of it, but that's an inflection.
Okay.
On your syllables or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, no, fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyways.
So if you don't know who I am, I'm Lilla.
Thanks for clarifying, because I don't think they know who you are. I don't think they got that.
But who are we, Chrissy?
We are absolutely insane.
No,
is who we are.
That was
a lead in to the part. I understand. So this is episode 13, and we're calling this "Oh, the Places Our Minds Could Go."
Whew, that's dangerous.
Very dangerous, because they, as you all have noticed, they go in all kinds of different directions at the same time.
It's like what kind of speedway would you call our brains?
Autobahn. The one in Germany where they don't have the speed limit. That's us. No rules, no speed limits, just,
unsupervised and
unsupervised. That's right. And those drivers are unqualified to be going that daggone fast. So if this is your first episode, I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, I didn't think about that.
So if you can't tell, we don't script this. We don't know what we're going to say before we say it. The only thing that we know coming into this podcast is an idea of like a memory or a childhood event or something that we want to discuss. We do not talk about it ahead of time, so we don't plan what each other's going to say. So anything that pops out of our mouth is absolutely organic. So
today is even more organic, because normally we have decided like a couple days in advance what we're going to talk about, so I at least go over it in my head. I show up to her house today and we don't have a single idea. We're like, so what are we doing it on today?
We're going to go back to episode 2 called Winging It, because that is exactly what we were doing, and that is how we handle
completely winging it today.
Just about everything in our life. So and we also wanted to take a second to give a shout out to some of the places where people are listening to us. We are
where we've been downloaded.
Well, we're actually in 6 countries. So we have the United States, we have the United Kingdom, we have Argentina, we have Croatia, we have Chechnya, and we also have...
I forget.
I forget the other one. But so we would like to say hello to all the people from those countries that are listening to us.
Thank you for listening to us. That just make a girl feel special.
Yeah,
I know.
It completely blows our mind that we've reached that far. Some of the places that are listening, obviously here in Lexington, we've got Boardman, Oregon, Ashburn, Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Brentwood, Tennessee. Shout out to my dad. Pudsey, Leeds, which is in the United Kingdom, Zagreb, city of Zagreb, which is either in Chechnya or Croatia, I'm not really sure. Indianapolis, Indiana, Nashville, Tennessee, which could also be my dad, I'm not sure. Charlotte, North Carolina, San Diego, California, Buenos Aires, and then my friend Cody in Louisville. Oh, I'm not sure if she wanted me to say her name. Well, I didn't say her last name, so it doesn't matter.
Shout out, Cody.
Hi, Cody. Thanks for listening. I love you and I miss you. Okay,
So we are going to give
episode
shouts
13.
out. Shouts out?
Shout outs.
Shout outs. Every time we have a new city, state, or country, because we think that'll be very important for us to let you all know we see you.
And we
You hear us, we
appreciate
see you.
That's right. And we appreciate
And we appreciate you.
each and every one of you. So you can go ahead and start with what comes to mind when you hear, oh, the places our minds will go. And we did base that on the Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, the places you will go.
Places you will go.
Yes. So imagination, that is when Chrissy said, so what are we even doing this on? I said, I want it to be about imagination. And the imagination is a very powerful and very important part of growing up.
Yeah, childhood development
Yes.
for sure. And we've touched on imagination
Yes.
some in a few episodes.
Yes. And the realization of how hard imagination actually is. Like, I try to play, back when Ember used to play, I would try to play with Ember. It was so hard. She would have dinosaurs, and I'm like, roar! And she's like, Mom, they talk. They do? Since when?
What do they say?
And so she's like having conversations, and they roared, and they fought, and it was hard.
It is hard. And you want to know why that is?
Why?
It's because when you're a child, you have no idea about like society. You don't have that self-awareness of like what you look like to other people. You don't care because you haven't developed that part of your brain, that skill, that awareness yet. So when you're
other people's
older,
perceptions,
you have that, and you're very worried about how people see you. You're, you've conformed to society's rules and norms, and so to you, a dinosaur talking, that's not how that works. That's not what they say they do, right? And as a kid, they're like, oh, it's my dinosaur, and they're going to talk if I want them to talk.
Right.
It makes total sense to them. But to us, that stuff doesn't make sense. Because I had trouble playing with my kids. And I was a lot younger when I had my kids. I had Taylor at 19 and Jaden at 21. So when I was playing with them, even then, still really just being a baby myself, I remember having a hard time talking for their animals and having tea parties and all that stuff. Like, I did that, but I just felt very uncomfortable and very weird, and I felt like I'm not doing this right. Like, I was worried what my kids thought about me.
Well, Ember would tell me, Mom, that's not how you do this. Don't do it like that. I'm like, I would always get frustrated. I'm like, look, if you want me to play, let me play.
Let me play the way I want to play.
But she was always telling me how I was supposed to play.
Yeah, Taylor did that too. She would do that as well. And then, I was kind of grateful a little bit for the guidance, because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can't, like, I'm too self-conscious. Like, I'm the kind of person that can't even eat in public alone.
You know what? That just kind of crossed my mind is my dad never lost that.
He did not.
No, he was wonderful. Like, when I saw him play with Ember, he was so imaginative. That's weird.
That's one of those childlike qualities that your dad had.
Yeah.
When he would just be really goofy and silly and make us laugh. And it usually was because he was doing something imaginative, something just crazy and weird and goofy and silly.
Yeah. When do you think you usually lose that? Middle school? Like, is that when it starts?
Definitely
kinda,
high school, but it probably changes starting in middle school.
Because that's when you start feeling like you have this
have to impress
imaginary
your
audience.
friends. Yeah.
You feel like everybody's watching you.
I
And
still have that.
well,
Like, I did
that
not grow
has-
that.
yeah, that turned into social anxiety then.
It did.
If that's what,
Yeah.
if you still experience that
Yeah.
as an adult. That's
Yeah,
normal for teenage years to feel like you're always being viewed and watched and in the center of attention.
Yeah,
And
I still feel that way, and I'm very
Yeah.
uncomfortable when I'm in public. If I'm by myself, if I'm with other people, I feel like that's more normal. But like I was saying earlier, like I can't eat in public alone because I feel like everyone's watching me, and then they're wondering
have
why I'm
no
alone
problem.
and that I have no friends, and like it's still very
I do
much.
not care about what people think of me. I really don't.
I wish I didn't.
I really don't. I go out there and I will just.
Well, obviously you don't. If you all could see the way she looks right now. Oh.
I'm stuck on stupid right now. Actually, I guess I do care what other people think of me because I've said that we are not doing a video.
Yeah. She won't let us video this. I would, but she won't.
Nope. No, I guess I do
she's
care.
worried about the way you would come across, like what you'd be doing with your face and all that stuff while
Yeah.
you're talking. So, but it doesn't look like she cares with the way she looks right now.
I'm like
I'm just
completely
kidding.
offended.
No, I'm just kidding. You're beautiful. You always look beautiful. I just said that because you texted me and you were like, I hope that you're okay with me coming
I
the
said,
way
I hope you're as
am."
forgiving as God is because I'm coming as I are.
She came as she is. She sure did.
I did brush my teeth and put deodorant on.
Which I told her that was more than I'd done already. I did end up doing that before she got here, but at that point in time, I hadn't even done that. So I'm like, girl, you're ahead of me. So
I am showered. I am clean. Just came as I are.
beautiful, just the way you are.
So.
And I don't know why she cares, because I'm always in my PJs from the night before when we do this. Hair hasn't been brushed, barely did my teeth. I'm like, girl, get in this bed and let's do this thing. So maybe I don't want the video either. But go ahead, you're the imagination.
Oh, the places our minds will go. So,
The places they've already been today.
yes, they've already been places that they get stuck in.
Yep.
But you know, there was something I brought up to you the other day that came as a memory. You have got to quit hitting that.
I'm not hitting it.
I think you are without realizing it. So, when
Okay,
we
Mom, I'm
used
sorry.
to we used to make robots out of recyclables.
Oh my God, that's right. Because I sent you that picture of my
Yes.
little kitten, Butterscotch. I gave her a toilet paper roll to play with, and I took a picture of her with it on her arm. She had her whole arm stuck through it and was just laying on the bed with it. So I took a picture and sent it to Lila, and she was like, oh my gosh, that made me think about something we did when we were little.
Yeah. And my mom would keep like bags of recyclables for us for that in the closet, in the drawing room closet.
I remember that.
And they would be full of like toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, milk jug lids, just like pieces of like little small boxes and cereal boxes. And,
I did cereal boxes,
yes.
yep.
And so we would use like the cereal boxes as the stomach and the toilet paper rolls as the arms and legs, or the paper towel rolls, and Kleenex boxes as the heads, and then the like milk carton
For the
lids
eyeballs,
for the
yep.
eyes, and even make like little buttons down its chest. And it was so much fun. We would glue it together and tape it together, and
we did it completely on our own,
Yes.
unsupervised.
Yes.
So we were using scissors and glue and tape and just like our imagination, and we didn't have to have an adult sitting there being like, no, that's too
But we
sharp.
should
Don't
have.
do that.
you know why? A memory just popped up. This is, the places our minds will go. You know where mine went at one point? I was by myself when I did this.
Well, that's what the problem was. I wasn't there to supervise.
Yeah, you weren't even there to supervise me. I thought to myself, I wonder what it'd be like if I put a staple through my fingertip.
Oh my God, I did that.
You
I
did
did
that
it too. I did that too, and it did not. I do not 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. That
Do
did not
not-
feel good.
Do not
But
recommend.
I did that too.
Did you?
I
With a
did.
stapler?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I did.
I did it in my drawing room. That's where my
I
mom
was in
kept
my
all the art
bedroom.
supplies.
Yep, I was in my bedroom and I had the stapler, and I thought,
Oh
I wonder.
my
I
gosh.
just wondered if it would do it. Like, you know, like,
I don't know
just
what-
wanted
I just
to know,
wondered,
like,
does
does
it really
only work
hurt?
on paper, or like, will it work on my thumb or whatever? I
I
think
did
that's
it
what
with
I
my
did.
pointer.
Was my
And I just,
oh my God, it was my pointer finger too. Which hand? Is your left hand?
probably, since I'm dominant with my right
I
hand.
did my pointer finger too.
Huh.
And that sucker hurt. It
Oh my
had two little
gosh.
spots.
Well, they
that were
say you
bleeding.
have the most
Nerve
endings in your fingertips. That's how they used to torture people.
Yeah.
They used to stick things underneath fingernails.
Yeah. When I see that in movies, it gets my stomach. I can't imagine
Yeah.
what that felt like. Ugh.
But another thing I did was I thought I had a sequin, and I thought to myself, I've always wanted color contacts, and I stuck it in my eye. Yes.
No, I did not do that.
No, and it hurt so bad, and I couldn't get it out because I couldn't open my eye because it was scratching anytime I tried to like open my eye, and my mom had to come in there and help get it out of my eye. It
Did
was
you have to wear an eye patch?
No.
You didn't get to be a pirate? That's
No,
a shame.
I don't even remember going to the doctor for it, honestly.
That's another thing that's
Or
indicative
did my
of
mom
the
come in there, or
80s.
did I just like get it out myself? Actually, I don't remember. I just
Like,
remember
You
how
really
painful
didn't
it
go to
was.
the doctor for much back then. You know, it was like
Uh-uh.
nowadays, if our child stuck a sequence in their eye, we would have taken them to the emergency room or to like a doctor that takes emergency
Yeah.
walk-ins. You know, eye doctor, to have that looked at to make sure they didn't scratch their cornea. But
Yeah.
like back then, it was just kind of like put a warm compress on it,
I mean,
throw
that's
some
just-
dirt on it. It's fine.
I mean, that is the places your mind will go. Here's a sequin. Oh, that'd be a pretty contact color. So let's try it as a contact, even though it's like tiny and
You can't see through it.
Well, yeah, can't see through it. Sharp. Yeah, that's.
We really should have been supervised more.
We
as
really
kids.
should have been supervised. See,
And
those
as
are the
we've said
things that kids
before-
don't get to experience these days. All the
That's how you learned. You learned by all the mistakes that you
Yep.
made. All the things that you did that worked and didn't work. You
Mhm.
learned. You're like, oh, this works. Let's build on that.
Mhm.
This doesn't work. Let's try a different way.
Yeah. And now I feel like we hover over our kids like, oh, be careful, don't do that. That could hurt you doing that. Wear a helmet, wear knee pads, wear shoulder pads, do this, do that, and stay safe. Don't get hurt.
Yeah.
And now they're just like so
For us, our parents most so were just kind of like, don't die.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, you can literally do anything else, just don't die. And like, if you came to them with an injury, it's like, you better be bleeding to death.
Yeah.
Otherwise, slap a band-aid on it yourself and get your butt back out there
Yeah.
and play.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh my gosh, you've gotten a scratch because you fell. Let's go to the doctor. Or let mommy clean it. And
I just got an image. Did we actually make mud pies?
yes, we did. Yes, we
We
did.
actually made mud pies.
We did. Yeah,
And we
I
used to
forgot all
pull
about
worms
that.
apart. Do you remember that?
Why did we do
Because they
that?
said they grew back.
Did they?
I don't know. We would cut them in half and pull them apart. I know
We're
you don't
little
remember
psychos.
that. You don't
Maybe
remember
we should have
in
gotten
your backyard.
this in my Okay, of course it's my backyard.
The stuff like building robots was at my house.
Yeah,
Pulled apart.
and killing animals was at my house. I see the dynamic here. Oh my God. Like, we were not like attaching insects to boards while they were alive, you know, with stick pins, like in, what was that, Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
Or whatever. We were not doing that, I promise. We did not hurt anything else. I just wonder.
Except for, the bird and
That was an
little
accident.
mouse
The mouse
and-
was also an accident. Like, we didn't do it on purpose. The worms were on purpose. That was the only thing we did on purpose.
Yes.
But It was for scientific research. So it was basically we were. Ooh, I hit it.
I
hit it
told
that
you.
time. I did. I hit it that time.
I get so mad because I hear bumping and sounds anytime I listen to our podcast, and I like
It's
keep
usually
watching
me.
her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Did you realize you don't hold still?
I don't. I was just gonna say I'm very fidgety. That's my ADHD. I can't help it.
I'm normally fidgety too. Well, it's my feet.
Yeah, you're using your feet.
Uh-huh.
For whatever today, it's my fingers. I gotta move my hands.
Well, I think you always do, and that's why you keep bumping it.
No, sometimes I do my feet and I keep my hands still, but not today. Today's not that day.
No, sorry for all the bumping that
Yeah.
she's causing.
We are extremely professional with this podcast. Very professional.
Yes. So, what are some things that you...
Mud pies. Oh my god! I
Mud
forgot.
pies,
all
I
about
know.
that. What do we do with
That's
them
what
when
exactly
we were
what
done
I was
making
thinking.
them? Like, I know we didn't eat
Uh-uh.
them. Were we like... You don't have like a mud pie sale,
Yeah.
you know, or like you don't take them into your house, and it's like I'm gonna keep my mud pie. Like I
Yeah.
guess we just dumped them out. We were just playing in the dirt. I do remember digging in my mom's garden. She had a garden in the back that went like kind of around. It was sort of like in a semicircle if I remember right, and it was by the shed and by the
Oh, I forgot
driveway.
you had a shed. Yes, I'm
And-
picturing that.
Like, and then we had the pool in the
Yep.
driveway too.
Yeah, I
and
remember the pool
do
that
you
we were
remember-
unsupervised swimming.
We were. And do you remember that time that the pool busted and all the water came running out and we got washed down the driveway because the
I
pool
forgot
broke?
about that.
We had the metal above ground pool and
Yep.
we'd be out there swimming all the time. And we were and then we would get out and we'd lay on the hot pavement
Yep.
to draw the water out of our ears and we'd burn the shit out of ourselves.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
yes.
And then we would suntan in the grass on the towels, but we always laid on the hot because we'd get cold in the pool. You know, you
Yep.
get out and you're shivering. So we would lay down on the blacktop driveway, and it would
Uh-huh.
get so hot, and
Oh,
it felt
felt
so
good, yep.
good. And we would turn our faces,
I
you know,
forgot about
to
that.
have our left ear down,
Yep.
so it would draw the water out, and then we'd turn and do the other side, and then we'd go lay out on the towels and get a tan. But
That was pretty smart.
I think so.
That's because we were out there just using our imagination
taking care of
and
stuff
would
on our
learn
own.
that way.
Mhm.
The things,
That work.
Yeah.
The things that like little shortcuts, little cool things you
Uh-huh.
can do. We learned that through all the
we
mistakes we
became
made.
very independent quickly then.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's just how things were back then.
Yeah.
You were independent because your parents were living their lives, working and, doing whatever. And even with your mom being at home, she didn't feel the need to hover. She went about what she was doing.
She worked.
She did, but I'm saying when she was home.
Oh, yeah.
she
She
didn't
would be home during the
feel-
summer
yeah,
because-
during the summer
yeah.
because she worked at the school. She didn't feel the need to follow us outside,
Mm-mm.
stand there and watch, walk with us through the neighborhood. Like she didn't feel the need to hover, and neither did my parents. We got sent out, and we'd come home after being outside for like 12 hours, and they didn't have any idea what we were out there doing.
It's so much so that there's even a story. I don't remember this story. Like, I don't have a narrative in my mind. I don't have any memory of it. I just know of it because it has been told so many times. But it was when I still lived in Oxshire. So I had to be 4 at the oldest, maybe even 3. I had to be really young. And there's a story of when my mom was in the kitchen and my dad, I don't remember where she said my dad was, but I was outside by myself, and all of a sudden they heard this blood-curdling scream coming from me, so loud that even the neighbors came running out of their house. And they found me underneath the deck with a caterpillar on my finger. And my mom said that she was expecting to come around, like thinking I had stepped on a nail, or she was thinking she was going to be some blood somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a little caterpillar crawling on my finger, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs. But I have thought so much. I'm like 3 or 4 years old, just outside by themselves,
yourself. Yeah.
just completely.
Like it's like what you just knew. You stayed in the yard.
Yeah.
You stayed in your yard, unless you when you got older and you told your parents like, hey, I'm going out to Lila's, and then we would just run the neighborhood, and my parents had no idea if I was at your house or was I out in the neighborhood.
Right.
Just like when you came to my house, your parents had no idea.
Yeah.
Did we stay at my house where we were supervised, or did we go out in the neighborhood?
Yep.
We 1000% went out in the neighborhood most of the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially during the summer. We stayed from sun up to till past sundown. When those street lights came on, you had to be home.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember the abandoned mansion in the neighborhood?
Yes. And there was a lot of spooky stories about that place.
Yes, it was completely abandoned. Couldn't you get inside of it? Didn't we get inside of it, or did we just wander around? Like, I'm picturing like boarded windows.
Yes.
And did we go inside?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
You'll have to ask your sister, because I remember your sister being with us.
Well, if she was with us, we probably did go inside.
I think we did go inside.
Yeah. That seems like something she would do.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. We would go and explore, and there was all sorts of like haunted stories about the place.
And so we wanted to go check it out and see.
Maybe your sister just
got
told
scared.
us those stories.
Yeah.
I don't know who else would have said haunted stories about it.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
other
feel like it was wide
neighborhood
known.
kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I felt like it was just something that the kids in the neighborhood spread to each other. And there was a lot of kids in the neighborhood.
And it was
because of that school.
a big house, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was big.
I don't know the history of that.
I was just gonna say that. I have no idea why it was abandoned.
Yeah.
And like who lived there before. I don't know. We should look into that.
Yeah.
We should try to find, because you can find property
Oh,
records online.
absolutely.
So
Because
we
they
should
ended
do
up
that.
tearing it down and building more houses back there that are like nicer, like more
Like updated.
updated.
Mhm.
Yeah. It doesn't even look like it's a part of Metathorpe. It looks like a completely different neighborhood when you go on to this little area of the neighborhood.
It's like the little bougie part.
Yep. It is the bougie part.
What do they call that? Gentrification? The gentrified part of Metathorpe. You know how like when places will move into like neighborhoods or like business parts,
Oh,
and then they'll have those
I've
like
never heard of that.
hippie stores
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and things start getting more expensive. Like the local coffee shop was like, everybody would go there and it was like really cheap and everybody loved it, but then this place buys it out or whatever, and then it's like expensive and like
Yeah.
bougie or whatever.
Yeah.
That's gentrification.
Huh. Word of the day. I love word of the day. I
The
do.
more you know. You're welcome. That's the lesson for today,
A
folks.
gentrification.
No, ma'am.
Say it again.
Gentrification.
Gentrification.
Ge-
That's why I don't remember
Here,
words.
Put your hand, like I told my kids, put your hand under my chin.
Okay.
Under mine. Not yours, dummy,
Oh.
mine. I said my chin. So you can feel the way I say it and
Okay.
how many consonants it has. Gentrification.
Gentrification.
You're putting an R there. There's no R.
A gentrification.
No, there's no A. It's you know what? This is gonna take too long. I'll keep working on this, folks,
This
but I'll
is
spare
the
you.
way it works. I
This
really
is the
have a
way-
hard time with enunciating words. My daughter's the same way.
I spend a good amount of time trying to figure out what words she's thinking of that she can't think of, or like what's it called when, or what does this word mean, or whatever.
How do you pronunciate this word?
I spend a lot of time teaching her English. I'll tell you that.
And I wondered why I wasn't good at foreign language.
That, oh my gosh, made me think of our German class.
Oh,
the
yes,
reason
Miss
we
Hansel.
were Mr. Phelps. You're thinking of fourth grade. I'm thinking of high school. We took German 2 different times.
Who's in elementary?
Fourth grade was Miss Hounshall.
Yes.
And we did German club. It wasn't a class. It was like an after school club.
Oh.
And we did it just for the candy. Because you would
Get bonbons.
yeah, she had
Bonbons.
the little chocolate candies and the Charleston chews, which are my
I
favorite
still
now.
get
Me
those.
too. I've
Uh-huh.
never had those before, and I thought it was like a German thing. I
Oh.
don't know if it is or not.
I was thinking it was a German thing too.
Yeah, I always thought that. I should look that up. I don't know if that's true or not. But just because she gave it to us at German club, I assumed it was a German treat.
Yep.
And so I always saw it as special and like unique and rare, you know, because it's like, this is from Germany, but I don't know if that's true. I don't think she ever was like, this is a German treat. You know?
Right.
That was just us thinking, putting
Learning
things together.
a way to be able to remember the word bonbon, because what came after saying the word bonbon? A piece of candy.
Yeah.
We used to go to my neighbor's, your mom's best friend's house.
Hannah,
yeah. She
She
her
was
and her
from
husband were
Germany,
from Germany. We would go and try to practice our German at her house.
Still can't speak much of it at all. Like, I can count, but that's really, and I know a few animals and a few colors, but that's about it. So we did German club, and then in high school we did 2 years of German with Mr. Phelps.
Yep.
And I feel like we should take this opportunity to apologize to that man, because we were horrible to this man.
But he loved us.
He did love us. So freshman year, he was like bald. Like, he had hair on the sides of his head and around the back, but he was mostly bald on top. So we didn't ride him about that or nothing. It's just important for what I end up saying later. So we were awful in that class. We were loud. We were boisterous. We were disruptive. We were always talking, and he would, you know, like, I'm using air quotes, get on us, but you could tell that he really loved our shenanigans, because the class was so much livelier, and
didn't he say that after we left?
We stopped coming. He begged us to come back.
Yeah.
So sophomore year, we take the class again because it was so much fun. It was such an easy A, because we really didn't get to learn a whole lot because we were so disruptive and had so much fun all the time. We weren't being bad. We were just being funny.
Yeah.
And so we show up, and first day of class, and in he comes with a full head of hair. He had gotten hair plugs over the summer. And we rode that man to filth over that, you all. And he loved it. Do you remember that time you had asked me for a tampon?
Oh my gosh, yes!
And I was trying to get it out of my purse. And it ended up flying to the front of the room where he was standing. It hit the whiteboard and fell on the ground. And he stopped talking, and he looked down, and then his face got all red, and then he looked back up and he said, "Who's ever that is, will you come and get it?"
Did you get up and go get it?
I did, because you wouldn't. You were like, "You go get it." So I went and I said, "Oh, my bad." And I picked it up and I brought it back and I handed it to you. And I was like, "There you go." And you were like, "Why'd you do that?" And everybody knows it's mine. And I'm like, "Oh my God." Like, that's the kind of stuff that we did. So junior year, we did not take German again. And he came and found us and begged us to take his class. We didn't, because we had already had our schedules, set. So we didn't. But he said, "My class is so boring without you all. You all made it so much more fun. Please take my class." He missed us, even though we tortured that man, but he low-key loved it. So, but yeah, that didn't have anything to do with imagination, but that is a squirrel.
We
a
always
tangent.
Squirrel. Oh,
yeah.
the places our minds will go. It will always squirrel.
It
will
does.
always take detours. It will always go the scenic route.
The scenic route. Yeah.
Always.
My dad knows all about that. So does my husband. I'm very colorful in my storytelling.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to know every single detail about everything, every emotion, everything I saw, everything that somebody said, like literally everything, so you can live through the moment with me. And I should say that those two gentlemen in my life don't appreciate that part of my storytelling. They tell me to take the highway, which is the faster route, versus the scenic route. Because I'm too, just like I'm doing right now, very long-winded for no reason.
Wordy.
Very wordy. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm very wordy. And it gets worse if I get flustered. Because I try to fix whatever got me flustered in the first place, and it just all goes to hell after that. It gets worse and worse and worse. And then I don't know when to stop, and I'm like, somebody help me.
Well, what were some other things that we did that was real imaginative? Like, we used to dress up all the time. And I know we've already told stories of dressing up, but I had a box full of dress ups that we would go in.
And it wasn't
just,
like standard dress. It wasn't like dress ups like you think of today.
not what you would buy.
Where it's like
No,
a
like my
Barbie
mom's
costume
old
or
school.
yeah.
My mom would put her old clothes in there, so it'd
Yeah.
be like 80s stuff and just like sequined. Like, I don't even know where some of the stuff came from.
Because some of it I couldn't imagine your mom wearing.
No, not everything was
Yeah.
mom's old clothes. Like, there were just sequin
Maybe it's just
things.
stuff she found on sale or something. I don't know.
I guess. But, yeah, literally would dress up and I don't even know
We'd
what
make
we
up characters. We'd make
Yeah.
up who we are because we weren't dressing up like anyone in particular. We did sometimes like to try to dress up like Punky Brewster because we thought she was cool. But most of the time, we just would pick out whatever drew our eye, and then we would make up characters. Like, this is who this outfit is. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And then we would play out those characters' lives.
Yeah.
And we would get lost doing that for hours
Oh, I
on
know.
end. And
It
that
makes
was
me
so much
really
fun.
sad for kids these days because they just.
They don't have to have an imagination because they have something in their hand that gives them all the information.
Yeah.
Like, we had to pull out an Encyclopedia Britannica,
Yep.
and not every house had one. We had the full
Oh,
volume.
we did too.
And
People would go door to door selling
They
encyclopedias.
did. They did. Or like updated new versions or
yep.
new numbers or
Uh-huh.
like not numbers but letters.
Yep.
You know, they'd be like, you come in, you'd be like, well, I don't have the C. I need the C volume or the S or whatever you might be missing. You would buy that.
Oh, it wasn't by like number, 4th volume, 5th volume.
It could be, but sometimes it was just you were just looking for a particular number. Like
The
if you
4th
didn't have a
volume
full
of
set,
volume C.
like if you didn't have a full set, then you could get what you were
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah.
Because if you already had the encyclopedia, then the guy really didn't have much luck at your house
My
unless
mom still has them in her. I mean, you know, my mom's in the same house that I grew up in. She
Yeah.
still has her encyclopedias and dictionaries.
I don't know what happened to ours.
Yeah.
But that's how we had to do homework. That's
Yep.
how we had to, if we had a question about something.
Yes. Look
we
it
would
up.
go look it up. We would get the C down, we would look for it, and then we would read about it, and then we'd be like, huh.
Yep.
And that's how we learned, and
I
that's how
can
we did
picture
homework.
images in my head of
Yep. Pictures in the book,
Yes.
and words, and
little tiny, small, black and white little sketches of something to the
and
side.
the words were so like I couldn't read them now. Like
Yeah,
I
I
have to
know.
have a magnifying glass to try to read those words now. Because it had a lot to fit in that
Yeah.
book. And if there were new words added, there'd be new volumes
Yeah.
that would come out. So then you could get the updated ones if you
Yeah.
wanted. But that's how we did everything. That's how we learned. That's our research. You were boots on the ground.
I'd always be so mad because, you know, spelling has never been my thing. Chrissy always has been the speller, like spelling bees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would always ask my mom whenever I was doing homework, how do you spell? And she'd be like, look it up in the dictionary. How am I supposed to look it up in the dictionary if I don't know how it's spelled?
Woman, I said
Sound
I
it
don't know how
out.
to spell it. Yeah.
And so if I thought it was like, let's say the word was social, let's just say that. And I was like, so I'd look up, say if I thought it was SU, I would look it up with SU and then I wouldn't be able to find the word. So then I would have to then come up with, well, then what else could it be? Well, maybe SO. So then I would look up the SO and then would be able to find the word. So I had to like really like narrow it down and
You had to use
eliminate.
critical thinking
Yes.
skills, and that's very important
Yeah.
to have learned and cultivated that. Because I remember my parents telling me to look it
Now
up.
you just have autocorrect.
I tried doing that to my kids, and
They don't
it's an
even care about
absolute
spelling that much in
meltdown.
school anymore. They really don't count
They-
off on misspelling and
They
stuff
got
like that.
they got rid of cursive. Like,
They actually brought that back.
well, yeah, because nobody
That
can
was
sign.
my-
They can't sign their
I
name.
know. That was my favorite class. I was so
I loved
good.
practicing my name.
Uh-huh.
My handwriting sucks.
Oh, I have such good, pretty handwriting. I
And-
practice my signature. I still write checks to this day because I want to be able to sign my
My
name. I
husband
practiced.
He still does checks too. I took one of my cats to the vet the other day, a couple weeks back, and he'd given me a check, and I went to go pay, and they were like, "We don't accept that."
They didn't accept checks?
Sure didn't. And so I had to call my husband, and I'm like, "Can you Venmo me the money?" Because thankfully I brought my Venmo card because I didn't bring my whole wallet.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much in my purse. So I just picked out a couple things and took it. so luckily I had my Venmo card. So he Venmoed me the money, and he was so mad. He was like, "Who doesn't take a check?" And I'm like, "I don't know, babe. Literally, like everyone. Like besides your bills, nobody really takes checks anymore." And he was like, "That's bullshit." Like he was so angry.
That is.
And I gave him his check back, and he's like, "I ripped it out of the checkbook for no reason." Like he was so irritated with that. And he was like, "I'm telling you, that's crazy." And I'm like, "I don't know, babe, sign of the times." But yeah, they didn't take the check. And I thought that was crazy. I felt like such an idiot trying to pay with a check, because they're looking at me like, "Okay, granny, we don't take checks. We're updated here."
Right. Right.
And I was like, "Oh, my bad."
I don't understand not taking checks. That just seems like so.
I'm like, either you want this $375 or you don't.
Right.
Right. You're going to
Right.
take this check and take my money.
Oh, you don't take money?
You don't take that? Well, then you ain't getting paid. So that's how that works. But yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to give you money and you won't take it.
Hey, I have a little segue for something that I know is a memory that you had that you wanted to share about. I hope it's okay to bring it up already.
Remember.
It has to do with dressing up and the...
Oh, yeah. I think I've mentioned that a few times. Like, I haven't told the story, but I think I might have mentioned that when we talked about, like, dressing up before. But my sister and I used to perform for our family dressed up as Michael Jackson. We had home perms, so our hair was straight. Not straight, but straight. And we had the red jacket, we had the white gloves, and we practiced his dance moves and his songs. And when we would have like family get-togethers and stuff,
you.
yes, we did. We knew all the words. Like, we were avid fans. I still am to this day. I have a picture of him hanging up in my room. Like, I love him. My favorite artist by far. Prince and Cyndi Lauper are up there too, but he's my all-time favorite. So we were obsessed, and my family loved him as well. And they thought it was just the greatest thing to have us perform for company and family get-togethers. And we'd be like, okay. And we'd go put on our little costumes.
What songs would you all do?
We did Bad. We did Beat It. We did Billie Jean. Like, we did Thriller. Like, we did everything.
Gosh,
We would do the moves.
Would like for you to like show me.
We did.
No, like
I'm not. I can't do that right now. My body could
not
never.
right this split second. I'm
My
just
body
saying.
could never do none of that now.
Grab your crotch and. Did you all
I
do
probably
that too?
could do that. I probably could do that. I know where your mom's going. Bring it back. Bring it around, honey. This is a family show.
I bumped this a few times. I felt it.
But yeah, so that was, imagination. That was fun. We pretended to be Michael Jackson and lived our best lives.
Gosh, the pretending.
I know my sister's going to remember that when she hears this.
Oh, the pretending we did. Oh,
I mean, we were detectives.
Our imaginations, yes.
And we talked about doing the spaceship under your ping pong table.
Yep.
We would use sticks, and they would be guns and swords, and we would play fight. And I mean, we shouldn't have done none of that. Like, where was you're going to poke your eye out? Where's that?
Right.
We had like our jungle gym, we used it as a fort, and there would be something down on the ground that was going to get us, and we'd be on top of the jungle gym. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Out there screaming and hollering, and
we would make forts in the house in my basement. I'm just remembering that too.
We did in my basement too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Made some forts, and we'd be a castle. It'd be all kinds of stuff, and we would. Oh, is that Dudley?
That's Dudley.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be an episode if he didn't show up.
I know.
My husband just walked outside the house, and Dudley's like, I can't see you, so I'm going to freak out. Same, Dudley. I feel that. I hold it in. I don't scream like that, so.
At least when no one's listening.
That's true. When I'm in my car alone, I like scream like Dudley, but. Yeah, see, there's my husband. All right, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Now he's back, and there he goes again. I can see him walking past the window. I've got the shades open because we put a cat perch in our window, and so they can look out. So I'm seeing him walking by because we're on the ground level. See him walking past the window.
You see the squirrel?
No, I just did a squirrel though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might as well have been a squirrel.
Might as well have been out there.
Well, any last imaginative things that pops up into your mind?
I don't think so.
So I don't know.
I mean, we did
if I would-
imagination with cooking. When
Oh,
we would try
gosh,
to
yeah.
bake things, we would.
I mean, so many of our stories are about being so imaginative.
Yeah.
But you remember right when we were starting to do this, and I said, oh my gosh, I just had this like wave of a memory. It was like this nostalgic feeling that came over me. So I don't know how much this has to do with imagination, but for some reason it triggered this memory. Do you remember in elementary school a show that they used to show us? Oh my gosh. It wasn't Reading Rainbow. That was one of them. We used to watch Reading Rainbow, but there was a show where they would ride a motorcycle. The two guys would ride motorcycles. I'm almost picturing it in black and white. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up.
What was the point of it? Like, was it an educational show?
Yeah,
or
it was an
okay.
educational show.
Because you're thinking guys riding motorcycles. I'm thinking of the movie or the show Chips, which is about cops that rode motorcycles.
No,
But I
this
guess
was
that's-
a 80s educational show.
Put my motorcycle to help narrow it down.
Men on motor cycles.
Does it say a title? And then
I said that's not who it would have been though. Story Lords? Is that it?
Story Lords?
Story.
I don't remember that.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. That looks so creepy. What were they trying to teach us?
Cult classic. Maybe that's not it.
It was an educational TV series that was in Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin that teaches reading comprehension to elementary students through fantasy.
That's it.
Why is it a cult classic?
It doesn't mean like a cult. A cult classic just means that it had a big following. It was like a big deal. Like there's a lot of movies from the 80s that are cult classics. But it doesn't mean like we were in a cult or that it was.
Do you remember? Yeah, I was remembering it in
That's
black
it.
and white.
Yeah.
Do you remember it now?
I don't.
What?
I don't remember it.
Oh, I don't like you not remembering this.
I'm sorry.
And he
oh
had
my
an
God!
evil
No, I
laugh?
remember this guy. I remember that guy. Click on that.
Oh, see, I don't remember that guy.
I remember
See,
that.
it's them that I remember. You remember him.
Yeah.
I don't. What was he?
I don't know. I just remember that image. The guy with the cloak. I remember that. I do not remember that. But you all need to Google Story Lords it was from 1984, reading comprehension if you want to know what we're looking at. Very
funny.
strange. But the reading comprehension through fantasy.
Yeah, he would kind of
He's scary looking.
Yeah, they
He
were
scared you into
rebel-like.
reading. Yeah.
And that's what they used
It's
to
like
teach us
if you
reading
don't understand
comprehension.
this, he's gonna come to your room tonight. That seems very 80s. Like, we'll scare you into learning.
Well, you remember Reading Rainbow at least.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do remember the reading
Yeah.
Rainbow. That was still going when my kids were little. They're familiar with the Reading Rainbow. Well, we should probably wrap this up. But I do want to say that if people want to share any of their stories, like if there's a subject or something we're talking about and you're like, oh, I remember that, or that made you think of a particular memory from your childhood, share that on whatever platform you listen to us on. Make a comment, and we'd be happy to read that in our next episode, to kind of tie them together, and so just another way to honor the listeners and for us to connect with you guys. So feel free to leave us some comments, or just say, hey, I know what you're talking about, I remember that. You can do that on the platform that you listen to us, or on our official X page, unsupervised and unqualified at unsupervised 45. So feel free to get on there and comment, and we would be happy to read those out, along with like locations that people are listening from. We can keep you anonymous if that's what you'd like. We don't have a great track record with trying to do aliases, so we probably just won't say
I know.
a name.
I was wondering about how we weren't using aliases for teachers.
Oops.
Or the neighbor. Or
So
we
didn't do
names.
we didn't do last names, so I think it's fine.
Teachers we did.
Yeah, but they're public figures.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
Okay.
But we just won't use names. We'll just say a listener said whatever, if you don't want us to share your name. So
Although they would be on the comment, so people would see their name on the comment anyways.
well, that's for people that would go to that particular platform and read the comments. That wouldn't
Okay.
be everybody. So
Right.
if they don't want us to like say the name, we don't have to.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks again for listening. We will be back next week. We hope you guys have a great, fantastic week.
Bye-bye.